Hello, it is January 4th, 2015 at 5:25 in the evening. This is a tarot card reading for Siamese, if you please. You had some questions about a romantic choice that was coming up in your life. We'll be using a traditional tarot card deck and the horseshoe spread. The reason I like this spread is, first of all, it's a 7-card reading. It's a complex reading that'll give us a lot of information. And instead of a spread that doesn't use a card to represent you or asks me to select the card, this spread actually selects it for us, so it really gives us insight to who you are and your attitudes on the situation. So as I laid the cards out, some of the things that stand out to me are the fact that we have 1, 2, 3 major arcana, and what this means is just reaffirms the fact that this reading will have to do with other people. Other people have an influence on the situation. So that's what those cards show to me. So that just reaffirms that this reading will give some information about your future love life. So the first card we have in the spread represents the past, and here we have the Knight of Pentacles. What this card in this spread tells me in regards to your love life is that you've done well in your love life in the past, so much so that other people have looked to your relationships and pictured them as ideal ones. They've attempted to model their relationships after yours or dreamed of having relationships like yours. And I see here that people have even come to you for advice about their love life or love lives because they see the success you had in the past. The second card we pull represents death. I think this is probably the #1 misunderstood card in the tarot deck. This does not represent an actual death. What it really represents is a death to your state of being. So it represents a traumatic ending and a renewal. So what I see here is that there was an ending to this period of happiness in your love life. And I see that you are currently going through some heartache, or the end of a good relationship or end of a good period of romance in your life. It's currently ending and it's leading to some heartache and some pain. The hidden influence, the next card represents the hidden influences on a situation. So here we have the 10 of Pentacles. And what this tells me is that there are opportunities around you for romantic success. There are people around you who can give advice or lead to the person who can be your next romantic connection. But you need to keep your eyes open. If you don't, it will remain hidden and you won't be aware of it and you won't be able to detect it and you'll miss an opportunity. So really keep your eyes open around you. Again, the next card represents to me who you are and what your attitudes are in regards to the topic, in regards to your love life. And here we have another major arcana. This is the Hierophant, sometimes translated as the Pope in other decks. What the Hierophant represents here is, well, the Hierophant is a religious figure, but what he really represents is the part of religion that calls for conformity. So what he shows me is that you're someone who believes in ritual and tradition. So I see here when it comes to love, you're looking for someone to marry. You are interested in getting married. You're interested in having children. You want the white picket fence, and that is what you're currently pursuing. I see that you're interested in having a relationship that is accepted by society as a good one. So you're very concerned with keeping up what you consider tradition and what your family members and what neighbors and what your community would think of your relationship. The next card we have in the deck represents what other people think of the situation. Here we have the 2 of Swords. So what other people are thinking right now is that you've gone through some trouble in your love life, as represented here. You're changing from this person who had a successful love life, who was optimistic about love, into someone who, has gone through some difficulties. You're becoming bitter and you're putting your walls up. So the people in your life are sensing that. It's understandable when we go through emotional trauma to react that way, but keep your eye on it. It can end up leaving you bitter and closed off, and closing you off from the person who's around you, who's that romantic connection. The next card we have represents the card the deck wants to give us advice through, and here we have another major arcana. This is the Sun card. This is honestly a beautiful card. This shows us you definitely have romantic success in your future, and the advice that this card really gives is be happy for the small things in your life. So what that tells me in this situation is, it can be easy when we're going through emotional trauma to end up being this bitter, closed-off person. But in the end, that can really close us off to the opportunities around us. So try as hard as you can, despite going through difficulties right now, to find pleasure in the small things, to be grateful in the fact that you've had a successful romantic past, and just count your blessings. Try to stay optimistic. The next card in this spread is the card that represents the outcomes. The rest of the cards are chapters in the novel, and this is really the conclusion of that. So what I see here is after we have the Queen of Cups. So after this personal transformation from this good romantic stage, going through some heartache, perhaps there's this struggle between being bitter, closing us off to opportunities. The real struggle here will be you keeping that bitterness away and finding happiness in the small things. I see here that you will end up going the optimistic route. You'll end up being very captivating, and you'll definitely draw this person in for some type of romance, some type of romantic connection. So I do see a good outcome here, but your struggle will be between being optimistic and closing yourself off to opportunities. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you find everything you're looking for when it comes to marriage and children, and thank you for letting me read for you.